let me dive right in and I will share my screen. Can everybody see that? Cara, if you can let me know. Perfect. Okay. What's going on? Why is it changing? Well, a lot of our users would have, we've been doing this in a number of stages since the beginning of the year. And this all started because our main carrier is no longer able to provide a free service. So many of you who are joining today would have subscribed to custom greeting plan. So most of you would still have your 218 number. If there's any questions about your number, keep in your number. If you don't have your number, whatever related to that kind of thing, please reach out to customer support. I'll keep mentioning it's support@freeconferencepro.com. And we'd be able to help you with that. But so I think most of you here are on a paid subscription with a custom greeting, and you will be keeping your number. So, but we've had to also move to another platform. We've just taken advantage of this moment, this decision by our carrier to upgrade everything. So this means that you guys get access to a lot of new features, like video conferencing. You have screen sharing, which is really a great time for this right now, where I know a lot of people are meeting online. So I think this will be a good news for many people. I know there's a few little changes though, so let me go through those. So this support article, which I'm going to pop into link to that in our chat. So that one has a little video which just walks you through very quickly some of the changes and explains what's staying the same with the new FreeConference Pro. So let me go through quickly. There's some name changes. So your access number is now your dial-in number. Your passcode is now your access code, and your host ID is now your moderator PIN. Sorry, this is just to make it unified across the board with our conferencing services. That's why that change has happened, but that's not really such a big deal. One thing which is quite different, and in a good way, because I know that sometimes calling in as host, or what we now call moderator, was a little challenging. You had to first enter this and then that, and now it's much simpler. All you do is you call your dial-in number, so your what we used to be called your access number, and then you enter your moderator PIN. So that used to be called the host ID on your old account, and then hit the pound key. That's all you need to do. You don't need to pop your access code beforehand. You don't need to do anything special. There's no extra number, just your moderator PIN. And that will give you moderator privileges via phone. The other difference as a moderator, if you ever were muting everybody from your phone keypad, you would have needed to do that using *5. Now that has changed, and you would mute everybody using *7. So it works in the same way. It's still the same mute modes. It's just now instead of *5, it's *7. It used to be that free accounts, this doesn't apply to most of you, but a free account used to expire after 60 days of inactivity. That no longer happens. They remain open indefinitely until you ask for the account to be closed. Another one, and I'm going to demonstrate that, is that you would all have a new unique login link. So you'll have what we call a subdomain in the front, and then it'll have .freeconferencepro.com. So let me go, for example, this is just a test account, so it has a weird name. So if I log out of here, you'll see up here in the address bar, it says X. So you'll have your own unique subdomain there, and that's included in the emails we sent out to everybody. If you're not sure of what that is, you can just reach out to customer support. So I would highly recommend saving this login link here as a bookmark in your browser. So that way you never forget how to log in, where to find your login link. So that is one new thing about logging in. If you do go to FreeConference Pro to log in, it will direct you, but that's the best way to do it, is to save that link. The other one is also a great new feature. You used to be able to what we call schedule a conference, but it really was just sort of ordering it for yourself in your account. But now, if you schedule a conference, you can send out invitations to all of your participants and automatic reminders, and also choose if you want to auto record or some other features. So you've got a lot more flexibility there, and it's a great feature, I think, for people to, if you want to let everybody know when your meeting's coming up. The other one that's different is what was called the Conference Manager to monitor your calls. I'll show you that in a moment. So it used to be you'd log into your account and then there was a link on the top left. Now you log into your account, and let me show you here. You log in, and you're presented with this new design, this new display. So I mentioned before schedule, that would be this calendar button here. That way is where you can schedule a meeting. But if you want to go monitor a call, you just hit start, and then you'll see very similar to this webinar today. You can choose this wasn't possible, but on the old platform, you can actually connect your audio via the computer. So you don't have to be on the phone and the computer. You can only connect via computer. If you prefer to join via phone, then you can monitor the call in what we call view only. I'm just going to hit that for the moment to avoid any weird audio things happening. And then you'll be presented with this is what we call the online meeting room, which used to be your old, sorry, what were we calling it? We were calling it the Conference Manager. Now it's called the online meeting room. And here you'll be presented with a menu on the right-hand side. The second option is the participant list. That's the most important one you'll want to open. And there you will be able to see everyone present in your meeting. You can mute or unmute everybody from here. And I will show you within our meeting now other features that you've got available there. And then there's also a chat where you can communicate with people. And let me head over to our actual meeting right now that we are running, because it's pretty much the same setup. So over here on the participants, now you'll see you can see everybody listed here. Anyone with a computer icon has connected via computer. Anyone with a phone has called via phone. Now I have the option here that I can, oh, I'm not the moderator. Cara can do that. Cara, if you want to show us in a moment, but you
got it, yeah. To change a number, right?
Yeah, you want to. I'll stop showing my screen if you want to show us that, because that's important.
Yeah, sure. Yep. 1 second. Let me do that. So what Sarah was showing you was the ability to change a number to a name. So as the moderator, and actually we should say the scheduler, the person who organized the call, because what I did was promote Sarah to moderator, but it's not the same thing as me being the one scheduling it. So I've got this privilege. So if I click on this box, and I apologize if this isn't your name, it probably is not. That would be a miracle if I got that set up. I could go ahead and add that and save the record. And then it would come up as, what am I doing wrong here? I can just go ahead and save these all. I don't know, just make this, you can save it. And then you would see the names pop up as instead of the phone numbers and in your address book as well. See? So now I've got a permanent record of that caller. And when they call back in with that number, they're going to pop up as the name and not just as the as a participant with the phone number, if that makes sense.
Thank you, Cara. Yeah,
sure.
That works very similarly to to how it used to be on the old platform. So that's we've worked really hard to make sure the features are the same. And the same goes if you've already added people to your address book. So all of your accounts will have had your address book exported over to the new platform. So anyone you had there already in your address book with a name and a phone number listed, they will be now in your new account, and you'll see their names already. So that you don't have to add people again. The new feature over here is that you can chat with everybody as you've been doing. You can, so I just see someone as we're here. You can absolutely, when you say chat via phone, it doesn't have to be via web. You don't have to use the web conference service at all. This is just a new additional feature. And you've noticed here that some people call via phone, some people via web. So it's not like you can only have a phone meeting or only a video meeting. It can be mixed. And you can go here and stop the recording and then restart the recording at any time. A note on the recordings, and that was the next point on the list, they no longer expire. So they are available in your account indefinitely. And you can go in there and delete them if you don't want them in there anymore, but they don't expire. So I see a question. Yes, stop is pause. It doesn't, if you pause the recording or stop the recording, it won't be one long recording. It will create multiple recordings, multiple files. And I'll show you in a moment how you can share those with everyone, because you have more options now. You used to have to just download the file and then share however you normally shared. Now you have a public link you can send to people to listen online, and they can also listen to recordings via phone using a a special access number and access code for the recordings. So where will I go to next? Let me share my screen. So yeah, participant count. I know not a lot of people use that, but for those who did use it, it is not a feature available right now. It is on the roadmap potentially towards the end of the year. The other new one we have, so there was a setting that the conference would start when the second caller joins or when the host joins. So that's now pretty much the same, but it's just called the waiting room. So let me go to the settings to show you where that is. So when you're logged into your account, click settings here, and that's going to take you to all of your, your chimes and name and nouns. You can change your access code here. There's a lot of settings. So if you head to the waiting room, when this is turned on, this is effectively the setting that the call won't start until the host has joined, until someone's joined with the moderator pin or someone who's logged in to their account via web. So with that off, it will mean that the conference will begin regardless of who. You don't have to have a moderator or someone call in with a moderator pin. So it can start whenever you want. So that setting is slightly different. And a recording pin used to be required to initiate the recording. That isn't anymore. You just hit *9 on your phone, recording begins. So that's simpler. Or in the online meeting room, you hit the record button at the top, as I already explained. Let me show you where you can find your call summaries and your recordings. So when in your account, on the left-hand side here, you'll see past. If you tap on that, you're going to see all of your previous meetings. So I don't know that I've recorded any of these, but I'll probably have to go to a different account to show you them. Let me see. Let me go. Actually, there's another way you can find your recordings. You just double check. they're here. I recorded one call, so so you can find your recordings over here. There's a menu on the right hand side. Every recording will be available there, and from here you can copy a link to share with everybody. It just copies into your clipboard, and then you just paste it there, and someone can download it. Or there's a play by phone option, so that will give you access code and a dial-in number for people to listen back to a call recording. So if I go to your call history, that was from January, kit view, looks like it was this one. It was just me, I was just doing a test call, but this is another way that you can share the recording info. So on this page, you would actually see a history of everyone who attended. You'll see the recording, you'll see any documents that were shared, any chats, and you can share this via this share icon here, copy link, and then paste that into an email or into text message, wherever you want, and then someone can come and see the player here, play the recording back, watch the video if you did a presentation, and from here too you can also get those same, there's a tiny little menu at the top there, you can get those same recording details to share with people. You'll also get an email summary, which is very similar. It's a different format, but pretty much the same information as you would have received with your older FreeConference Pro account. I believe that is sort of the majority of everything. If you let me go once into the admin, though, that's important, because there you can, it's not important to go there every often, but maybe you want to add another host account, something like that. So when you're logged into your main dashboard, you hit this menu here at the top where you see your email address and your name, and you click on Admin Console. If you don't see that and you're pretty sure you're supposed to be an admin, reach out to customer support and we can help you. Note that you can't access the Admin Console from a mobile device. It's only on a computer, just because of the scale. I think on a larger tablet you should be able to do it though. So just click Admin Console, and here you'll see this is where you can add more, like you can have more than one what we call host account. You can add them here. You can update your payment details. You can view your previous invoices, and if you want to change your greeting, you can request a new greeting here as well. Let's say, for example, just to show, I think it might be useful if you wanted to add a host to your account, you just go here and click Add Host, pop in their details, hit Save, and it's going to send them an email with their details. So what having additional hosts will allow you to do, very similar to on the old platform, is that you can have people holding conferences at the same time. So with one account, you can just have one conference held at a time. So this might be good if you have a couple of people that you want to be making calls, and you as the admin can come in here and edit who is a host and delete that information, and choose also if they have access to this billing information. So if you have admin checked, they'd receive invoices as well. So if you wanted someone else to receive those details, you can do that here. So the other important one is our support site. I showed you a bit here. It's a new support center. Hopefully it's very concise and has a lot of helpful information, particularly about the new features and tools you've got available to you. answers some of the questions about why it's being updated, the new subscriptions available to you, online moderator controls. So we've got a lot of really helpful articles here to help you learn more about your new FreeConference Pro account. So let me just check if there's other questions in the chat. So
Sarah, I think someone wanted to see the waiting room again.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. So when you're logged into your account, you just hit this cog up here at the top, settings, and that'll take you to the waiting room here. And you just, if you want it on and you want people to, you don't want the call to start until everyone has, until you've arrived with and joined with your moderator pin, just make sure that's on. If you don't want it on, if you want a call to start regardless who's connected, just switch that off and it will be grayed out. So yeah, and the music too, you can choose whether you have that on or off. So you can choose silence or the original composition. So if you know, I know sometimes people have a lot of meetings and they don't want to hear the music when they join, so they turn that off and then put silence. So that's up to you as well. You can choose to have nothing in the waiting room or the default music. At this point, it isn't possible to customize the whole music, but that would potentially be on its way in the near future. Pinless entry, yeah, this is also a new feature. Let me go to show you that. So this is only available for the host. So if you pop your phone number in here, when it comes time to join your conference and you call the dial-in number, our system will automatically acknowledge that you are joining into your conference call, and it will connect you as the moderator without you entering your PIN. The other great feature here is, no, it doesn't have, okay. No, that's sorry, apologies for that. So yeah, even if you're invited to another meeting by another host that has a FreeConference Pro account, and they schedule a call, that will also connect you to their scheduled conference without you entering anything. So it isn't available at this time for regular participants. So yeah, let me go through. Chimes and name announce was on the other service, as well. You can just turn those on or off here. Update your password here. Your time zone is set automatically based on your the device where you log in. So it will set by default. There's nothing you do there. You can change your access code here. Note it just generates an automatic code. So it will, if I know some of you might have a custom code, reach out to customer support and we can see what we can do. If you need your code changed to something specific, we can't promise every code is possible, but we might be able to customize that for you. But if you use this option here, it will just automatically generate a new code. And note that that will replace every one of your meetings. So if you have something scheduled and it's using that code, it will change the code for that scheduled meeting. So just be aware that that changes across the board, and the same for the moderator pin. Here, emails. If you don't want to get the summaries from the system, you can turn those off here. And probably important here is your moderator controls. Again, that was also a setting you had on the other platform. You can set a default mute mode for when people join. If you have large meetings, it's a good idea to put it on either Q&A or presentation mode. With this meeting right now is on presentation mode, so everyone who's not a moderator or host can't unmute themselves. In Q&A mode, participants would be able to unmute themselves to speak. So that's very much the same as the previous system. So let me go back here, see if there's other. Yeah, that does sound like T-Mobile, Charles, about that charge. If you want to reach out to customer support, we can see if we can provide an alternative or what options are available to you for that. So support@freeconferencepro.com. Yeah, you can have several moderators on a conference call. Yeah, Google is another workaround. Yeah, there will be a replay of this webinar. It's being recorded. We're going to pop it on YouTube and share that link with everybody. So having multiple moderators on, I will just go over that really quick. The best way to do that is the way that Cara has set it up today. If people are connecting via web, you join logged into your account, you go to your participant list, and then you go ahead. I can't do it because I'm not logged in, so it's only the main moderator who's logged into their account can do that. So you would go and select the people that you would like to be moderators, and you'll see I have a star next to my name, as does my colleague Cara. So that way you'll see who people's names, and you'll see who's moderator. So you can assign privileges. You can do the same for someone who's connected via phone. The other way is to have people, this is only for phone conferencing that you want moderators. They can just use your moderator pin to call in. Just be aware that if you're monitoring it online, you're just going to see your name. So in Cara's case, if everybody used the moderator pin from this call and they called in via phone, you'd see a bunch of FreeConferencePro webinar participants. So just be aware, if you want to differentiate between the moderators really easily when you're monitoring it online on your computer, it's best to have everyone join and then you choose who you want to be moderator. And it's almost unlimited, the number of moderators you'd like to have on a call. How to record a call? Sure, I'll go over that one more time. So online, here you'll see when you connect to your online meeting room, and this is only available to moderators, there's a red record button at the top, so you can start and stop recording from here. Let me go to a support article which explains recording. So here you'll see it explains that really clearly. I can pop that support article in the chat. So when you're calling via phone, just enter your moderator pin, followed by the pound key. And then when you want to start recording, press *9, and that will record the audio of your conference call. At any time, if you want to stop the recording, just press *9 again. So that's all you need to do. Only a moderator can do that via phone. You can also set your calls to record automatically. So let me go to that setting. Okay, you can do that when you're scheduling a call. Oh, I don't have it because this is a free account. My apologies. Let me go. Let me go to this account here. I think most of you are going to have a paid subscription. So here you'll see that you can record a call. So just come here to set your all your conferences to record automatically, if that's what you would like to happen. Or when you schedule, you can also check to have it individually recorded or not recorded. But if you want to read through all of the support articles, it explains really clearly how to record your meetings. So, that's a good question. So we have actually just introduced what's called gallery view. So let me share my screen because I need to show you how to do it. Here in the menu, you'll all see gallery view. Click on that button, and when I stop showing my screen, you'll be able to see everybody's tiles all together. So I'll turn my video on so you can see me. So that's what that looks like. You can see up to, let me double check let me double check the subscription for, I believe it's up to 15 with your custom greeting plan. Let me just double check those subscriptions. Yeah, so you'll be able to see up to 15 people with your custom greeting subscription. So it'll look something like this, but up to 15 only. So again, on the right hand side, and you can switch between what's called speaker view and gallery view via that menu on the right hand side. But the way that it works normally with what we call speaker view is it's called active speaker. So whoever's audio is heard in the conference, it'll switch from their video to someone else's video. And if someone's showing their screen, that's always going to be the main content visible in the center. So I am just going to go scroll through this chat to see if there's something I can help with that's not specific. With the audio, yeah, I would suggest reaching out to customer support. It might be that I would think maybe you're on a mobile device, so we can troubleshoot that with you together with customer support. Yeah, so we can stream to YouTube. I will share a support article on that because it's a little more involved for today. I'll pop it in the chat for those who are interested. So there we go. So this one is the YouTube support article. So that explains how you can get that one set up. So I think we've covered most things. Invites are only via email right now, not via text. Donna. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up. Once again, support at support.freeconferencepro.com. I'll pop that in there one more time. There's a load of support articles there to answer a lot of your questions. Oops, there we go. If you need to email support at freeconferencepro.com. We answer pretty quickly. We're not, you know, sometimes people feel like if you email support, it'll take a week to get back. We usually reply within 24 hours, most often much quicker than that, most often within the hour. So if you reach out to support, if you've got any more questions, we are more than happy to help. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time today. We appreciate, and thank you, Cara, for you guys have a lot of questions, so I'm glad we could help answer them. And hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.